I'm interviewing Lauren. So, Lauren, how do you define dance?
I would define dance as an art form that allows you to express yourself through movement, and that could be through something really technical, or it can be extremely abstract.
Do you believe dance is different amongst a variety of cultures?
Well, I know that it is. In a lot of cultures, they have thousands of years of ethnic tradition in dance, and that's something that we, outside of that culture, can study, but it's something that we'll not ever fully know or experience as if we were in like that ethnicity or that in that background. But aside from that, even if you just look in like America, we have different cultures of dance. Even here, like hip hop is a really big culture, and people that dance and break dance to hip hop, like they take that seriously, and that becomes like their life and their family, and that's a culture within itself that is quite different than people that are studying ballet at Juilliard.
Mm-hmm. How does dancing make you feel?
It always just made me feel, like, as cliche as it sounds, free. Because even if I wasn't ever like the best in the class, I was always better than I was the year before. And so it didn't really matter what I was feeling when I walked into the room, because by the time I walked out, I always felt like it was a brand new day afterward, just because it's so relaxing to me.
Why do you think it's important dance is considered an art and not just a hobby?
I think as a dancer, it's really easy to get defensive about dance being an art, because once you're in it, it's so clear that it is. It is similar to every other art in the way that it takes a lot of time and creativity to create something, and then it also takes it takes years to perfect things, and even people that have been studying for their entire lives are still working to create and think of something new and create, and to master new things and new skills. And I don't see how that's any different than a painter that gets better throughout the years, or a sculpture. And I think that it's important because since it does take so much time and it is something that people wish to dedicate their lives to, it deserves that amount of respect, because it takes so long and so much physical and mental pain to get so good at it, that if people want to dedicate their lives to it, they deserve the respect of calling it an art, not just a hobby.
How do you feel your history with dance has affected your life?
I think it's made me more confident. Performing on stage in front of people isn't an easy thing to do, and by the time that you're doing it for years and years, it starts to feel a little bit more normal being in front of people and letting people's eyes be on you and being proud of something that you can do. So it's definitely made me more confident in myself, and then it's also just provided me an outlet throughout the years, so it's given me healthy coping mechanisms and helped me understand that like movement and stretching and just even something simple as choreographing in my head can be something relaxing that I can do when I'm having like a rough time. Does that answer the question pretty much? Okay.
Is dance frequent in your family?
No, me and my little sister are the only two people that did it. The rest of my family is severely uncoordinated.
Do you feel like dance brings people together or separates them into their own groups?
Kind of both. Depending on where you are. So, like I was talking about hip hop culture, that does separate you into a group if you choose to dive into the break dance culture and you go to say like Chicago and you want to join like a lab there. And so yes, that's dividing you into a group of people that share the same kind of dance interest, but it's also bringing all colors, all genders, all types of people into the same room, and they share one love. And so it does break you up into groups for sure, depending on your interest, but it also connects you with people you will never meet otherwise, which is awesome.
What universal message do you think dance conveys?
I don't know. Like, the first thing that came to my head, and it like doesn't sound very good, but like, move because you can. From my experience, like, I've gotten, I don't know, you know how when you get a stuffy nose and you realize you take for granted like the ability to breathe through both nostrils? Well, I feel like once you get sick, you realize you take for granted like the ability to move and function as a normal human being and have full function of your body. And I think that that's something that dancers really value while they're even healthy, is just like their ability to move every single day and do outrageously awesome things with their body. And I've even seen, like, we had a dance troupe for like special needs people, and some of them were disabled in some ways, but they were still moving in the ways that they could. And so I think that that's just a really good message, is just move what you can because you can, because it's such a gift to have health and to be able to get up every day and move. And so it's so beautiful that we can and we are healthy, so why not make something pretty?
Good answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.